Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here, and today guys got another movie review, and this is my movie review for Joker. So the first part will be spoiler free, and then the second part will be spoilers. I'll let you guys know whenever I transfer over. But Joker is the newest DC movie, which is not in the DCEU. It's kind of its own separate little thing, but people have been looking forward to this movie. There's been a lot more talk about this movie than I thought. Like even people that I know usually don't talk about movies have been talking about this, which is very interesting. But Joker is the solo movie origin of the Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And, this movie was, we've been here for a while. It's going to be Oscar worthy and stuff. And now after seeing it, I can definitely say that I know at least Joaquin Phoenix is probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. I don't know, what else it could win, but Joaquin Phoenix might actually win it. But, I mean, the movie's pretty simple plot, Arthur Fleck is living in Gotham City during 1981, I believe. And, the Gotham City just keeps crapping on him, and he just really has an awful life. And, one thing leads to another, and he ends up turning into Joker as, because society turned him that way. And, it's a very interesting plot. But one kind of funny thing, before I get any further is whenever we were actually buying tickets to go into the movie, our theater put up a little sign warning, says, no duffel bags, no book bags, no face paint, no fake or real weapons, I guess because of the movie. But I mean, I really don't think anything like that's going to happen, to be honest, but that is kind of interesting. But so this movie, it's definitely not for everyone, I will say. It's more of an art house kind of movie, and more than it's like a, I don't know, I guess a character study more like. If you're logging into this movie expecting a lot of action, you're probably not going to get it, because at some points it's even a little boring, even to me, to be honest. And, just a normal movie goer, some people I went to go see this with, they thought it was pretty boring at some points. But, so this movie ain't for anybody, or for everyone. And, this ain't really a spoiler, but he's not really Joker for most of the movie. And, the best part of the movie is, the last 20 minutes, I would say. I'm not giving anything away here, but definitely the last 20 minutes is the best part of the movie. And before that, it's, all kind of building up to it, which, it is a really nice build-up. It just feels a little overly long at some points, and, some stuff doesn't feel necessary. But, I really do like Joaquin Phoenix in the role. He's probably my favorite Joker now, to be honest, even more than Heath Ledger. Just because he's straight up, is crazy. Joaquin Phoenix does such a good job on this movie, and I don't know, it's just his laugh and everything. The Joker's laugh in this movie, physically hurts him. He's laughing so hard, it physically hurts him. But it's just really interesting. And I feel like this movie's gonna be a talking point for many years, and it's gonna be just kind of a argument against it, or with people in it, is it good or is it not? I don't know, it's just really interesting. But this movie, it's not for everyone, like I said. In some points it's kind of hard to watch, but and a lot of people were worried that this movie's going to kind of make the Joker kind of sympathetic, which you kind of are at first, but then he kind of takes it one step too far, and then you're like, okay, yeah, that was kind of unwarranted. And we'll kind of get into more of that in the spoiler part. But this movie does a really good job, and it is enjoyable. And I would say the movie's definitely, if you're just a normal moviegoer, it's worth the 2 hours just for the last 20-30 minutes of the movie, because those last 20 and 30 minutes of the movie is awesome. But with all that said, I'll probably give this movie about a 7 out of 10. It's not perfect or anything, but it's really, really good, and definitely interesting. At least give this movie a chance. But now we're going to be transferring over to spoilers. Okay guys, so now this is the spoiler section. So if you've not seen the movie yet and do not want to be spoiled by it, because there's some really good stuff in this movie you probably don't want to be spoiled about, so you don't watch this part, or go watch the movie and then come back to this. Or if you just don't care, I guess you can keep watching. But there's some specific scenes and specific plot points I really want to talk about, and a few of those things is some of the major parts of the movie. And the first thing I want to talk about is the stuff where at first you kind of feel bad for Joker, but then he takes it a step too far. And the first thing is we see the whole movie is pretty much or at least from all the promotional material, is that this whole clown movement in Gotham City against the elite wealthy. And Joker is actually the one that starts that, which a lot of people were, theorizing that it was either Joker that started that or Joker's taken after them, which, I always thought, it was going to be that Joker that started, and, it turns out to be like that because, Joker, pretty much one of his co-workers at his clown job or whatever gives him a gun, and let's just say that's the reason he also gets fired from that. So that's one reason to be angry. But he starts getting beat up on the subway because of him laughing, which in this movie it's kind of written off as a medical condition where he just starts laughing for no reason. But he gets beat up by these Wall Street people or wealthy people. And Joker pretty much pulls out a gun, shoots two of them dead, and shoots another one in the leg. And the one that got shot in the leg, he's like, because just hearing that, you kind of feel justified because he's getting kicked and all that, and that kind of seems justified. But the one guy's trying to escape, like literally trying to go away with his run with his life, and Joker chases him and shoots him down in cold blood, and that's the point where you're like, okay, now you took it too far. And some of that stuff happens later, like he straight up murders the guy that gave him the gun, and is the reason that he got fired. He literally kills him with a pair of scissors, and it's really graphic. And I am glad in that one scene though that he did let the midget guy go, because he really was the only one that was nice to Joker. I guess that's really because of he's probably made fun of all his life or whatever. But and then the whole plot point around his mother, so you kind of feel sorry for Arthur. He's doing his best to take care of his mother and all, and it turns out that she was pretty much a loony, kind of like Joker, I guess. But Joker's actually adopted, because early in the movie you think, his mom makes him think that he's actually the son of a God, what's his name? Not Bruce Wayne, but Thomas Wayne. She makes him think that he's the son of Thomas Wayne, and that's like a whole plot point. But it turns out that she was a delusional person, and he was actually adopted. And there's this whole thing when he was younger, made the news and all, that she was letting her boyfriend or something like that abuse young Arthur, and he pretty much gets mad at his mother, and that's really a snapping point, for him turning full-blown Joker. Because he, later, because his mom's in the hospital, but he smothers her with a pillow and all. And, he's also one of the main snapping points also is he performs at this comedy club, and then his favorite late night show, Murray something, I forgot the last name, I can't remember, but it's like Live with Murray something, makes fun of him on the air. So that was also a major snapping point for him. And there's this whole subplot with this girl in the apartment, and throughout the majority of the movie you think that she's actually a boyfriend and girlfriend of Joker, but it turns out that was all a delusion. And that was a pretty good plot twist, I think, because it really does make you think how much of this movie is just Arthur imagining it and how much of it is real. Arthur's also a main suspect for the the clown triple murder or whatever it is, on the subway. So there's all that. But, and then the last 20-30 minutes is when it really kicks off, when Joker puts on his suit and his paint and all, because he gets invited to go onto the Murray show or whatever. And, there's this whole clown movie going with riots everywhere, or, trying to take down the elite or whatever. But Joker runs from the cops, and he gets onto the Murray show, and this is probably my favorite scene of the movie, I guess, is him on the actual talk show. I don't know, it's just really well done. And then the whole shot, I knew it was going to happen because the Dark Knight Rises, or the Dark Knight Returns comic or whatever. But while on the talk show, he pretty much it's shocking, even though it's going to happen, but he shoots Murray, and I don't know, it's just the way that it's performed, and just the visuals of it, it really is haunting, to be honest. And and Joker's arrested, but let's just say the clown writers break him out, and Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne is shot down, and Bruce Wayne's left all by himself, so I guess he's gonna become Batman or whatever. But the movie ends with Joker dancing, proud of this movement that he's made. And it is interesting because Arthur says his whole life is miserable, and somehow this kind of painful life has actually brought him happiness in a weird way. But I don't know, it's just really interesting. And like I said, that last 20 or 30 minutes is worth the whole movie, even though some of the points can be, some parts in the first two acts can be a little boring. That third act is definitely worth it, and I would recommend the movie just for that. Like I said, about a 7 out of 10 for me there. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts on the movie down below. What was your favorite part? Again, mine was probably, Joker on the talk show because of just how shocking it was, to be honest. You kind of knew what was going to happen. But anyway, guys, like I said, leave your thoughts down below. Check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.